Hello! Are you curious about football? Because we're actually going to be talking about AFL in this video. You can actually, it turns out, make a lot of money if you know a lot about football and if you can analyze data for all that sort of thing. You can imagine there are a lot of companies, sports companies, betting companies and all that are willing to pay quite a lot of money if only you can crunch the data and figure out who is going to win. Really useful skill, data science in a whole bunch of other places. Data science is essentially being really good at Excel and other things. To crunch the data and explore exactly, who's winning and what players are good and all that, we're going to use an AFL statistics spreadsheet. I'll include the source where I got this from in the description, as well as this link, because to make it easier, I've pulled it together and hosted it right here. There we go. I might actually show you AFL stats. Who is it? Oh, AFL tables. There we go. This person here is where I got the data and pulled it together. What an absolute legend. Just painstakingly keeping, and other people as well, keeping this database up to date with scores and player stats. Real shout out to the people that are doing the hard work collecting this data. Anyway, let's move on. What do you need to do? Number one, click on this link. It's in the description. And then you will get a file in your downloads folder called AFL Stats so that we can analyze the statistics. This is the raw data, and I don't want you to open this file. What? Don't want you to open this file. If you have opened this, close it. Get rid of it. Because I want you, remember, we're using the Excel challenge folder. So this is important. I want you to do as you work on these things, don't develop them on your own computer, develop them in the Excel challenge folder. That way I can really check that you have made the progress. If you develop it on your own computer, you risk not getting the points for that exercise because I can't check that you've actually done it yourself a little bit at a time. All right, so drag it from the downloads folder into this Excel challenge folder in OneDrive. Once you've done that, also important, delete the other copy. So many problems start because people have two different copies of files on their computer and they forget which is which. So make sure at this point you only have one copy and it is in OneDrive in your Excel challenge folder. All good? Excellent. Okay, so now we can open it. Click on it. I'll make this bigger. There we go. And let's start looking at what data we have. We have raw data on each stadium that footy is held in Australia and also how many people fit in each stadium. We have a list of players. The header row here includes the player name, their date of birth, height in centimetres, weight in kilograms, the usual position that they play. You might notice that Gary Ablett, it's just hashes for the date of birth. That's because the date of birth is so long that it doesn't fit. So if you see a whole bunch of hash symbols in a row, then you need to resize the column and make it bigger. There we go. What else do we have? We have a list of teams and players. So this matches each player to its team. This lists each player once, maybe more than once if they're in more than one team, and includes the team that they played for. Well, there are a lot of players in AFL. I don't need this anymore. What else do we have? We have a sheet. So there are 4 sheets here. We have a sheet called games. Each game has a year, a round, a team, the score of that team, the margin. So if it's negative, they lost by that many points. If it's positive, they won by that many points. Whether it's a win or a loss, who they played, the day, the date, so day of week, the date, the time that the game started, where it was, which is the venue, how many people attended, and the rainfall. And you might notice that this data, the rows are in pairs. Like, look at this pair of data. Carlton played Richmond, which also means that Richmond played Carlton. The game was at the MCG. There were about 78,000 people in attendance. It was on a Thursday, a long time ago, 2012. And you can see that Richmond beat Carlton by 44 points. Richmond got 125 points. Carlton lost, as they tend to do, by 44 points. There you go. So that explains the data.
All right, a bit of a transition here, but let's make a new column over here that is based on two other columns, calculated from two other columns. In this case, notice that Greater Western Sydney scored 37 points, and they lost by 63 points. So what did the other team get? How many points did the other team get? Let's make a new calculated column based on the score and the margin. So I'm going to put my column here. I will call it opposition score. And this column will be the score minus the margin. That will give us the score of the other team. To make my formula, I can click on here and type equals. And I can either click on this cell D2 or I can type D2. Either way, it's selected that score for this game. And now I can type minus or subtract. And again, I can either type E2 or I could have clicked on E2. Now, when I press enter, very good. It says that the opposition score was 100. That makes sense. Greater Western Sydney got 37 points, lost by 63, so the opposition got 100. Now we could do this for every single one of these rows, but there are a lot here. There are heaps and heaps and heaps, 400 and, no, even more. Heaps, 3,635 rows. So we would be typing a lot of numbers if we had to do it by hand. Let's get the computer to do it. To get the computer to do it, I click on this first cell here, and then I can select a few cells in this column. I can either click on the middle of the cell and drag, like this, or I can click on this first cell and shift-click on the last one. Shift-click works in other programs as well to select a bunch of things at the same time. Now, I want to fill this formula down so that it is in all of these. So I click on the first one, shift-click a little bit lower, and now I do Control D. Oh, I bumped the wrong button there. Let's try that again. Control D. Good, it's filled down. Do you notice that this cell, when I click up here, is based on row 2, D2 minus E2. And this one is D3 minus E3. And this one is D4 minus E4. Like, it automatically adjusts. How clever is that? So then I could do all of these. It's going to take a while to select all the way down here. And I could do that and select all of them and do Control D to fill down all of them. Or, here's a cool little trick. If I move up, down, and left, right with the arrow keys on my keyboard, I can navigate around. If I do Control left, or Control right, or Control up, or Control down, it goes to the edge of the data, right? So what I can do is I can go, what's a good way to do it? I'll click on attendance here, and then I'll do Control down to get to the bottom, and then I will move to the right, 1, 2, and get over here. And now I will do Control Shift, because remember Shift selects a range, up. And then I'll go up again. Oh, that's too far, that's too far. I will let go of Control now, and just holding Shift, I'll do Shift down. Neat, right? You might have to rewind that bit to get that bit right. So now I've selected all from the very first value to the very end. If I do Control D, I will have filled down all of these, and it will have calculated the opposition score for every single game. Good luck in the challenge, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone!